Hi, this is Melanie of Pardesi Reviews, and I'm here to do a review of the Hindi film Sherni, starring Vidya Balan. If you're new to Pardesi Reviews, I do trailer reactions and film reviews of Indian cinema. Sherni premiered on Amazon Prime today, and it stars Vidya Balan. It's director Amit Mazharkar, who gave us Newton, which is such a delightful film. Sherni means lioness, and Vidya Balan plays this forest officer, and she's got a quandary in that there's a tiger that is killing people in a village, and she's up against all sorts of bureaucracy and political maneuverings between warring sides in an election. And so there's a lot of issues in the film that are somewhat similar to the politics and the bureaucracy that were in Newton, but it's taken to another level. You've got also symbolism of development versus conservation of the environment, and encroaching needs of people and villagers versus for their livelihood versus the territories of endangered animals like tigers. You have misogyny. Vidya Balan's character has so many scenes where both men and women make comments to her or treat her in a misogynistic way, including her mother-in-law and her boss and all of these men around her at work. So there's a lot of issues going on. Now, what Newton gave us was a lot of dark comedy to kind of, it was like a spoonful of sugar with the medicine. It was a film that definitely had a point of view about politics, but it gave you were laughing along and you weren't feeling like you were being lectured at in Newton. And there's so many dry periods in this film where I was just like, okay, am I too shallow a person that this film is just too deep and I'm not getting it? Because some of the reviews of this film are absolutely glowing and saying that it's a complete metaphor for the state of India today. I guess I can't speak to that because obviously I'm an outsider. But I will just tell you that I just felt this film dragged and wasn't compelling enough. For the story that was told, like the last 20 minutes, half an hour, were really good and lived up to the promise of what we saw in the trailer. But there were so many scenes that dragged leading up to that. And at the end, I'm still left wondering, who is this woman that Vidya Balan was playing, who was also named Vidya in the movie? Why was she married to this guy and having a long-distance relationship? What drove her to take this job in the forest department? I still don't know. The ending scenes, she's transferred and you're seeing a museum, and that's supposed to be kind of a metaphor of where we're all going with this, that we're all of these endangered species, we're just going to see them frozen and stuffed, if we aren't careful. But like I said, there's so many other messages. Now, I'm not saying that this film is without merit, because there's certain scenes that I thought were incredibly well done. The cinematography, which was all done on location in the jungle, was also incredible. There's a scene where there's a character that I particularly liked. B.J. Raz plays this professor of zoology who is Vidya's kind of ally in against all the bureaucracy that she's dealing with in the forest department and among the government officials. And he is giving a presentation at some sort of festival with a man, an actor dressed up, with all of the tiger paint on. And so he's demonstrating what to do if you encountered a tiger in the jungle, so forth, giving caution because that there's a dangerous tiger that has been seen. And so it's for the children and for everyone else in the village. And all of a sudden, these political people storm onto the stage and take over. And that's a metaphor for the entire movie. One of the key scenes, they've been hunting this tiger that's been killing people, and they carefully have been tracking it, and they've set up a bait, and you can see movement in the grass, and they're all quiet, and they have their tranquilizer guns, and they're ready. And then again, the political parties storm in, and it's a mob of men trying to just, chase after this tiger, and they just ruin everything. So again, like, there's some set pieces that are incredible, but overall, I was left wanting. I was like, where is the heart of this film? Where is I don't know. I just wanted something more. And like I said, it really felt at many points, especially in the middle section, that the film dragged. The part that really made me, when her mother-in-law comes to visit, and her husband, who they just talk on video call most of the time, and the lights go out, and then crash, something happens in their bedroom, and the mother-in-law calls out from the other room, "Is everything okay? Enjoy!" That was sort of and I was just like, okay, why couldn't there have been more moments like that, where I just was really chuckling, and yet it said a lot about their relationship and their family, all in just a few moments. So, fine performances. Vidya Balan, possibly the most restrained performance that I've ever seen her do. I mean, you can tell this is someone who's had to live in this man's world and bite her tongue so many times. There's one time, like, her explosion of a confrontation in the latter half of the film is not that much fireworks, but it's like there's years of fury held within those words. I mentioned BJ Raz. I especially liked him. Sharat Saxena plays this guy who, it's like his manhood is all about how many lions and leopards and tigers has he killed. And I think, that's just a type, but they don't completely play him as a villain. It's not completely played as like in a straightforward villain way as it might have been in a less complex film. Rajendra Kala plays this, I think he plays this government official with this huge picture of a tiger behind him, and at one shot he's shown, and there's a stuffed deer head behind him, and it looks like he has horns coming out of his head. I really like that shot. He's the one that kind of plays the most comedic part, where he's just that kind of know-nothing kind of manager person that just, you can see is just in Vidya Balan's way, and it's just smarmy, and I don't know. Yeah, so he kind of was pitch perfect. I thought he did. I've seen him as a supporting actor in so many other films. I thought he did particularly well in this film. So, fine performances. I don't know, the way the film was edited or whatever, if it had been tightened up, maybe it would have been a stronger film. But an especially strong final 25 minutes or so, extremely compelling ending. Okay, so if you've had a chance to see this film on Amazon Prime, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you thought. Follow me on Twitter at PardesiYT. Follow me on Instagram at Pardesi Reviews. And if you hit the bell when you subscribe, you'll never miss another trailer reaction or film review.